If you're over 60, I need you to stop scrolling because what I'm about to tell you could change the way you look at something sitting quietly in your kitchen cabinet right now. Baking soda. For years, maybe even decades, you've trusted it. Maybe you've used it for heartburn, indigestion, or just to cleanse your system. It seems harmless, right? Cheap, natural, easy. But here's the truth most seniors will never hear until they're sitting in a doctor's office asking what went wrong. That glass of baking soda water could be silently damaging your heart day after day. As a heart specialist, I've seen what happens when well-meaning people unknowingly sabotage their health with the very things they believe are helping them. This isn't about fear. It's about facts, backed by science, backed by real patients, backed by experience. In this video, I'll walk you through 5 critical reasons why seniors should stop drinking baking soda water immediately, and what to do instead to protect your heart, your kidneys, and your life. Stay with me until the end because the last point might reveal the biggest mistake even healthy seniors are making, and it's one you can fix today. Before we dive in, if you haven't subscribed yet, I recommend you hit that button and turn on the bell so you never miss another health tip made just for you. If you enjoy this video, type 1 in the comments. If not, type 0 to let me know how I can make better content for you. 1. The harmless drink that may spike your blood pressure. For most seniors, baking soda seems like the last thing that could hurt them. It sits quietly in the back of your pantry, used for cookies, upset stomachs, and old home remedies passed down through generations. So when someone on the internet says, just mix a teaspoon with water, it'll cleanse your system and help your heart, it feels trustworthy, even comforting. But I need to tell you something that most people, even some doctors, aren't saying loud enough. That harmless teaspoon might be pushing your blood pressure into dangerous territory. Let's break it down. Baking soda is sodium bicarbonate, and sodium, in any form, is salt. Just half a teaspoon of baking soda has over 600 milligrams of sodium, and many seniors, without realizing, are drinking it daily. That's almost half of your recommended daily salt limit in 1 glass of water. Now here's the frightening part. You don't taste the salt. You don't feel the change. But inside your arteries, your heart feels everything. The excess sodium increases the volume of your blood. It tells your body to hold on to water, swelling your bloodstream and putting strain on your arteries. Your heart, already aging, now has to pump harder and faster. Over time, this leads to high blood pressure, arterial thickening, and eventually heart failure. And for many seniors, the damage is silent. No symptoms, no warning, until a stroke or a heart attack or a sudden ER visit forces a brutal wake-up call. As a heart doctor, I've seen patients who did everything else right. No fast food, no smoking, regular walks. But their blood pressure wouldn't budge. The reason? They were unknowingly sabotaging their efforts with a homemade remedy, baking soda water. Let this sink in. The very drink you thought was helping you may be the one quietly hurting you the most. But sodium overload is just the beginning. What if I told you that baking soda doesn't just raise your blood pressure, it can actually change the way your heart medications work inside your body? Stay with me, because what comes next is even more alarming. If you're still watching and finding these insights helpful, please comment number 1 below to let me know you're with me. Now let's move on to point number 2. 2. It can dangerously interfere with your medications. What most seniors don't realize, and what no internet remedy ever warns you about, is that baking soda water doesn't just help your digestion or balance your pH. It can quietly interfere with some of the most critical medications keeping your heart alive. And by the time you notice something's wrong, the damage may already be underway. Here's what's happening beneath the surface. Baking soda changes the pH level of your stomach and bloodstream. It makes your internal environment more alkaline. And that sounds harmless, even healthy, right? But in the real world of medicine, that shift can completely alter how your body absorbs and responds to medication. Medicines like beta blockers, diuretics, ACE inhibitors, and especially blood thinners like warfarin or aspirin are all calibrated to work within very specific pH ranges. When you alter that balance, you disrupt the way your medications work. They may become less effective, or in some cases, dangerously potent. I've seen patients end up in the emergency room with symptoms they couldn't explain: sudden dizziness, bleeding gums, severe fatigue, even fainting spells. And they all had one thing in common: they'd been taking their medications perfectly, but also drinking baking soda water for their health. Their good intention became a deadly combination. I treated one gentleman in his 70s who thought baking soda was helping his acid reflux. Instead, it was neutralizing his medication, causing his blood pressure to rise quietly for weeks until he suffered a minor stroke. The truth is, your body at 65, 75, or 85 is not the same as it was at 40. It processes drugs more slowly, reacts more strongly, and depends more heavily on consistency. Baking soda throws that balance into chaos. And worse, no over-the-counter label or health blog is going to warn you about this invisible tug of war happening inside your own body. But if the way baking soda affects your medications hasn't shocked you yet, wait until you hear how it can throw your kidneys and your heart into direct conflict, silently setting up one of the most dangerous traps for seniors. Let's look at that next. 3. It puts your kidneys and heart in direct conflict. There's a silent battle happening inside your body when you drink baking soda water, a battle between your kidneys and your heart. And most seniors don't even know it's happening until the damage has already taken hold. As a heart doctor, I've treated countless patients in their 60s, 70s, and beyond who believed they were doing something natural to support their health. They thought baking soda water was just a home remedy for acid reflux or a quick alkaline boost. What they didn't know is that this daily habit was slowly pushing their kidneys into overdrive, forcing their heart to pay the price. Here's the science. Baking soda, or sodium bicarbonate, floods your system with excess sodium. And when your kidneys are already aging, filtering slower, working harder, that extra sodium becomes a threat. The kidneys can't flush it out fast enough, so your body holds on to water. That water increases your blood volume, raising blood pressure and straining your heart. But that's just the beginning. The increased sodium throws off your electrolyte balance, especially potassium levels, which are crucial for regulating your heartbeat. A drop in potassium can lead to arrhythmias, irregular rhythms that can be fatal. I once treated a woman in her early 80s who had been drinking baking soda water every morning. She came in with fatigue and lightheadedness, but within hours, she was in the ICU with an unstable heart rhythm. Her lab work revealed dangerously low potassium and elevated sodium, the quiet consequence of something she thought was harmless. What's heartbreaking is that this internal conflict isn't something you feel. There are no warning signs like chest pain or fever. It begins with subtle changes: fatigue, swelling in your ankles, maybe a little shortness of breath. Easy to ignore, easy to dismiss, until suddenly you're facing heart failure or kidney shutdown, or both. This is why baking soda water is far more than an old-fashioned remedy. It's a trigger for a dangerous imbalance that your aging organs simply can't correct on their own. And if that scares you, it should. Because your body, after 60, no longer has the same buffer zone it once did. Small changes can have big consequences, and yet the danger doesn't stop there. Because even if your kidneys and medication survive the assault, baking soda can still turn on your own stomach, and not in the way you expect. Let's talk about what it really does to your digestive system next. If you're still watching and finding these insights valuable, please comment number 1 below to let me know you're here. Now let's keep going with point number 4. 4. It's not the baking soda, it's the belief that natural means safe. Perhaps the most dangerous thing about baking soda water isn't the sodium, or the pH disruption, or even the strain on your kidneys. It's the quiet belief behind it. The idea that if something is natural, it must be safe. That mindset has led far too many older adults down a road of silent harm, all in the name of self-care. As a physician who's cared for thousands of seniors, I've seen this pattern too often. A patient walks into my clinic with worsening blood pressure, fatigue, or strange new symptoms. They've been diligent with their medications. They eat well, they exercise, and then I ask what home remedies or natural aids they're using. And there it is, baking soda water. Sometimes once a day, sometimes multiple times, passed down from a friend, a relative, or a video online. No one ever told them it could be harmful. In fact, they thought they were doing something right. That's the cruel irony. You try to do better for your body, to avoid chemicals, to keep things simple, and unknowingly, you make things worse. Baking soda is used in cooking, in cleaning, even in toothpaste. But when swallowed regularly, especially by someone over 60, it becomes a chemical agent with real physiological consequences. It's not just powder. It's a substance that can shift your body's balance in profound ways. And yet, we rarely question it. Why? Because it's cheap. Because it doesn't come with warning labels. Because it feels familiar. But familiarity doesn't equal safety. Arsenic is natural. So is lead. So is tobacco. Nature is powerful, and power, in the wrong hands or in the wrong body, becomes poison. You've earned the right to trust your instincts, but you've also earned the wisdom to ask deeper questions. At this age, what works with your body is far more important than what simply sounds clean or natural. Now that you understand what baking soda water may really be doing to your body, the next question is critical. What should you be drinking, eating, and doing instead to truly support your heart? The answers are surprisingly simple and life-saving. Let's talk about that next. 5. So what should you do instead? After everything you've just learned, you might feel overwhelmed, maybe even betrayed by trends, by well-meaning advice, or by your own good intentions. And that's understandable. You've spent a lifetime trying to take care of your body, and now you're being told that something as simple as a teaspoon of baking soda could be undermining all of that hard work. But here's the truth that should give you hope. You still have time, and there are safer, smarter, more effective choices you can make right now to protect your heart. The first step is replacing false security with real science. If you're using baking soda to help with acid reflux or bloating, consider speaking with your doctor about gentler evidence-based options like calcium carbonate or low-acid diets that won't spike your sodium levels or disrupt your medication. If you're looking for detox or energy boosts, don't reach for a quick fix. Your body detoxes naturally through your liver and kidneys. All you need to support them is hydration, fiber-rich foods, light physical movement, and good quality sleep. Instead of baking soda water, reach for pure water with lemon, or soothing herbal teas like chamomile or ginger that calm the stomach without disturbing your heart. For inflammation and heart health, shift toward foods rich in potassium, antioxidants, and natural fiber. Things like steamed spinach, in moderation, sweet potatoes, lentils, blueberries, and omega-3 sources like walnuts or wild-caught salmon. These aren't just healthy. They're clinically shown to reduce blood pressure, improve cholesterol, and support the heart's function in aging adults. What's often overlooked is that consistency and simplicity matter more than complexity. You don't need exotic superfoods or trendy supplements. What your heart needs, especially now, is balance, predictability, and nourishment that supports the body without putting it under stress. That's what strengthens your heart day after day. I've seen older patients turn their health around, not with medication alone, but by changing their kitchen habits, replacing a glass of baking soda water with a warm cup of lemon and honey, swapping salt-heavy convenience foods for homemade soups, going on short daily walks. These small, calm choices have led to lower blood pressure, steadier rhythms, better sleep, and renewed energy, even in patients who once felt hopeless. But food alone is not the final answer, because even the healthiest meal or cleanest habit can't heal a heart that's been silently carrying the burden of neglect, stress, or fatigue for too long. There's one more truth your heart needs to hear, and it might just change how you live the rest of your life. Let's close with that. Your heart is still listening. Make it proud. By the time we reach 60, 70, or even 80, our hearts have carried us through decades of joy, grief, stress, and survival. They've beaten through weddings, funerals, wars, and quiet mornings with coffee. And after all those years, they ask for so little in return. Just care, just attention, just honesty. The truth about baking soda water isn't meant to scare you. It's meant to wake you up. Because in this age of natural cures, in internet wellness hacks, it's easy to forget that even simple substances can have powerful effects, especially on aging bodies. Your heart, unlike when you were 40, doesn't bounce back from daily stressors. It responds differently to salt, to hydration, to blood pressure shifts. It is resilient, but no longer invincible. That teaspoon of baking soda may feel small, but inside your arteries it can become a storm. Not immediately, not with one drink, but over weeks, months, years, quietly raising your blood pressure, weakening your arteries, clashing with your medications, and setting the stage for something devastating. You've worked too hard, lived through too much, and loved too deeply to let one small mistake rob you of the time and peace you've earned. Don't let tradition or habit cost you your future. Talk to your doctor. Ask questions. Stay curious, not careless. Because your heart still has time. Time to beat strong, to carry you through laughter and legacy. And every choice you make today, even the smallest one, tells your heart, I'm listening now, and I'm not done yet. These lessons are meant to inspire you to live fully and authentically. Now, I'd love to hear from you. Take a moment to reflect and share one thing you've learned and plan to apply in your own life. Let's support each other on this journey toward embracing these truths. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a comment with 1. If not, feel free to comment with 0. Your feedback means a lot to us. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel for more content like this. Thank you for watching, and here's to living life on your own terms.